Hey, what's going on YouTube? DiGiTiLsOuL here. Psh. Now, before I get into the video, where you can see what it's about right here, I wanted to thank everybody for sending in their clips for me for the little collab that I'm doing. I wanted to have that up today, but I'm not exactly finished putting it all together, so I'm going to have it up probably Monday. I want to work on it throughout the weekend because I can't put every minute into it. It's going to be a nice weekend. Son's going to want to go outside, blah, 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 blah. But I just wanted to say thank you, and I'm going to try to get as many people that sent videos in the video that I can. Alright? And if you haven't sent me your YouTube screen name, send it to me if you sent me a video, because some people didn't, so I can get it in the video. But for now, let's get to it.
One more time.
Alright, I'm going to be covering two games today. I'm going to cover Condemned 2 Bloodshot and the Viking Battle for Asgard. I believe that's what it's called. I haven't really looked at the game box that much. But Condemned 2, man, this was a good game, alright? Like I stated before in a video, you know, some things can be a little repetitive. Like, if you're, like, big into graphics, graphically it's really good looking, but, you know, like, me and somebody was talking in PMs, you know what I'm saying? You went over to pool table and like all the balls were 8 balls and all the bowling balls are the same color and most of the weapons, you know, the enemies sort of look alike, you know, and you get that kind of repetitive stuff going on. But all in all, it's a pretty fun game. It like keeps you on the edge of your seat, which who doesn't like that, you know? I'm not saying that it's scary, but it, you know, it's just neat, you know, you get that jump thing. Like I said, like Doom 3, if you've ever played that, it's a little bit like that. Also, it's a little different because, you know, you're throwing fists. You get to use a lot of different button combinations to make things happen. There are some situations in the game where you will get to use a gun, and it's not completely that way, so don't think that you're playing just the FPS. That's a first-person shooter, if you don't know. You know? But I don't want to give the entire game away, but you're probably going to beat this game unless you play it constantly in like a week. So I would probably suggest renting it. But it does have a little bit of replay value because you can go through after you beat the game and you get what's called the first-person shooter mode, where you get to go back through the levels with unlimited ammunition and a gun. Sometimes you got to find a gun first, but sometimes they start you with a gun. Sometimes they take it from you and they give it back, and da-da-da-da-da. Or you can get things like brass knuckles or stun guns or bulletproof vests and things like that. And it's just pretty cool, you know, you get to earn things. Anytime you get a character and you get to, like, build them up, it makes you want to play it more. But it was interesting. Some of the levels, you know, could have been a little longer, and some could have been a little shorter. You know what I'm saying? Black tar and nasty. But I would recommend Condemned 2. You know, it's a must-play game for any PS3 owner. And now on to the next game. Viking Battle of Asgard. Viking. Now, this game surprised me, man. Yeah, the guy doesn't have a beard, and he's a Viking, but who cares? Right off the bat, it looks a little like Fable. You don't start out as a little boy, though, if you've ever played Fable before. You start out little and you grow bigger. Start out, you're a big Viking who supposedly died in some kind of battle along with his dad. I don't want to give the entire thing away, but, you know, you come back and you just wreak havoc, man. You're killing stuff. A lot of people were trying to compare the game to Conan in the beginning. It's nothing like it. Plays a lot more like Fable, but it's more open. You're not just running down single paths. You got a whole world or islands to explore. It's a pretty cool game. The first time you're walking around and your guy will pull his sword and axe out for no reason, and he'll squat down. There's an army marching by, man. First time you see this army, it's going to catch you off guard, because the first thing you're going to want to do is, you're this Viking, man. You're going to want to run right into it. They will own you, man. Hide. There'll be scenarios in the game. You get to call dragons later on. You get to fight hundreds of battles, you know, controlling armies and stuff. It's not every battle's like that. There's a lot of one-on-one, trust me. You get to sneak into some forts and barricades and stealthy killing and just all kind of good stuff, man. I mean, the game could have been better because, you know, there are some sequences where you say, well, I sort of did this before. You know, I can remember doing this back on the first island, doing it again on the second island, and just in a different way. but it's a really good game. Visually, it's great. You can't swim. He'll drown if you jump into deep water. But all in all, it has that Fable look. It has that Fable feel. But it is a different game. You know, it plays a lot different. And, you know, like I said, just, you know, first time that army comes across you, it's like, whoa. First time you sneak and kill somebody, you know, there's different combinations of moves too, so it's not just like X, 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 square, 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 X, X, you know, L1, X, X, L1, square, square, blah, blah, blah. You get all kind of moves. Sometimes you get to beat a guy down and they'll like have a sequence for a slow-mo kill where you'll hack the guy's head off, and as his body's getting ready to fall, you'll hack both his arms off and he falls, you know. It was a surprisingly fun game. I'm not saying the replay value is going to be high once you beat it, because once you beat it, you sort of beat it. But if you're the kind of person who wants to get 1 or 2 out of it, you know, then that's fine. I think that it's worth its money for one run through, because you're probably going to get at least 15 to 20 hours on this game unless you're just a mad hardcore gamer and you just run straight through it. But I would recommend buying and owning Viking, Battle of Asgard. And one more small note, man, I did get that Devil May Cry 4. I just got to upload it thus far. I never played any of the previous games because I didn't like Dante Rain, and it seemed like he was sliding instead of actually running. Do you know what I'm saying? I mean, if you're a gamer, you sort of know what I'm saying. I don't like when characters slide, walk, slide, run. It's like they're not really moving, they're sliding. But anyway, while I was uploading the game, it took a long time, but I guess that's so the game loads and runs faster. It ran through the entire story of all the other games, so I thought that was pretty cool. So I'll talk about that game. It's been out for a while, it's a little older, but I'll talk about that in another game in the weeks to come, days to come, months to come, years to come. Got Grand Theft Auto, man. It's coming this month. Yeah! But for now, this is DiGiTiLsOuL. Thanks for listening to my review, and I'll see you guys next time, alright? Peace. Psh.